Hey guys, and welcome to module 2.3 of the training videos. Now in the last video we talked about average price and average profit, and we went through filling those out on your spreadsheets. Now the next column that we're going to be looking at in this video is this demand column right here. And the demand column is all about finding out what the monthly searched volume is for your niche. So the target monthly search volume. We're looking for anything above 10,000 monthly searches to be a qualified niche for our products. Anything below 10,000 monthly searches is going to be excluded, or what we do is called niche up, which means that if you are too far niched down, for example, wood grain canoes or dark brown canoes, those are examples of super centered in niches, and we'll go over examples of that about niching up and down later in the video. But for now, what I want to do is talk about how to find monthly search volume. And so for this video, we're going to be using Google Chrome, and there's a specific reason for that. And that's because we're going to be using a tool called Keywords Everywhere. And what we're going to be doing is installing that into our Google Chrome our browser. It's a Google Chrome extension, and that's why we're not going to be using Safari or anything like that. You can also use Firefox, but for this example we're going to use Chrome. So what we're going to do is you're going to come into Google, type in Keywords Everywhere in Google, and then you're going to come to this page, install for Chrome. And so I already have it installed, but for you guys, what you're going to do is it's going to say get extension. You're going to click on that, and it's going to install the extension for you. But when you first get the extension, it's not going to work properly unless you install an API key. So from the next page, what you can do is, so after you do that, it's going to prompt you to get an API key. And you click on that link, it's going to send you an email, and there's some very easy to follow instructions on how to set up your API key. Basically, it's going to email you a key. You're going to come into here, you're going to go to settings, and then you're going to paste the API key right here, click validate, and you're off to the races, ready to go to start looking at some keywords. So after you have this extension installed and validated, then we're going to go back to Google, and what we're going to do is we're going to start going through your niches now, and I'll show you how easy it is to start looking at monthly search volume with this Chrome extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to copy chandeliers, and I'm going to show you why this thing's awesome too, guys. So we're going to go to chandeliers, and immediately, as you can see, right underneath the search, you can see that we have a 550,000 monthly search volume for chandeliers. Now you're going to see the CPC and competition here. We don't worry about that stuff. Okay, the only thing that we're looking at in this section of niche criteria is the monthly search volume. So we're going to take that 550,000, come over here to demand, and we're going to type in 550,000. Right? So that's for chandeliers, right? So coming back to this, now the reason that I love using this tool, now I'll tell you, in the past we used to use Google Keyword Planner, and that's a section of Google Ads. It's a tool that you can use. Of course, you're free to use it if you know how to use it. Feel free. But there's some issues with that where it gives you very vague numbers. For example, for something like this, it would say 100,000 to 1 million monthly searches. Now that's pretty broad, right? Between 100,000 and a million, there's 900,000 potential searches in between, right? This gives us a very close estimate of how many monthly searches that this niche gets. And another really cool thing that I like about Keywords Everywhere is that it gives you some really good data to if you want to niche down or niche up, right? So you can come over here to related keywords. Look at this, modern chandeliers, right? So if, say you want to try it, say 550,000 monthly searches, taking the data that I gave you before, if it's getting at least 10,000, if you wanted to niche down, then you could put modern chandeliers as an entirely new niche idea onto your spreadsheet if you wanted to. You could just type that in, And and boom, you have another niche just like that based off the other ones. If you wanted to check these two out against each other and go through the criteria again, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, right? I haven't personally done the research for this, but you can feel free to. And pretty much, any niche that you go into or anything you type in are going to have these related keywords, or even people also search for. Here's another example of that. Rustic chandeliers, right? That's also another one that has volume above 10K. So you could easily come back over and you could put in rustic chandeliers if you wanted to. I'm going to delete this for now because I'm not going to do any further research, but that's just an example for you guys that as you're typing in your niches, you can type this in. But if you see anything over here that's cool and it has over 10,000 monthly searches, that you could potentially get into it, right? You could take a look at the research just to check it out. So that's why I personally teach using this tool and love this tool, because those are just a couple really cool options. You get immediate monthly search volume, and you get some really good ideas for other potential niches as well. So again, we put that 550,000 monthly searches, put that into our sheet. We're going to come over here. We can copy this, come back over, and we can type in espresso machine. All right, let it populate. Now we can see we have 246,000 monthly searches. So we can come over to here. We can put in 246,000, right? Same thing here. Maybe there's specific types. Looks like this specific type of espresso machine is pretty popular. It gets 6,600 monthly searches all by itself. So there's a couple things there. We're going to come back over here to Canoe, and this is what you're just doing, going down your list, guys. After Keywords Everywhere is installed, it's really this easy, right? There's nothing too difficult about it. You just type in what your keywords are. Again, here's Canoe, and again 246,000. That's kind of cool. They're both like very close to each other. These are extremely similar search volumes for canoes and espresso machines, right? And again, so we got Old Town canoes that you could potentially look at. Obviously, you're not going to be selling canoe meanings, right? So that's not a big deal. There's the canoe versus kayak debate, but yes, it's easy to go off on tangents on those ones. But those just give you some good examples of other potential niches that you can look at, which makes this a very valuable tool. So all I want you to do is go down through your niche list and be putting in the demand. Again, don't worry about any of the other stuff, the cost per click, competition, or anything like that. The only thing that you're going to be looking at is the search volume. So go ahead, install Keywords Everywhere onto your Google Chrome browser. Again, it's either got to be Google Chrome or Firefox, as this is an extension of those. Set up your API key, and then really it's just as easy as copying and pasting niches right directly into your browser, and finding some search volume for your niches. But that's it, guys. Just go through your niche list and put in the monthly search volume, and we'll see you in the next video.